Hello everyone, this is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki, and this is a video on fighting Storm in Uncollected. So many people have posted videos about fighting her using different characters than the Duck, other characters. I tried that. Her specials are a little bit challenging, like her SP1's hard to evade and her SP2 seems impossible to evade. So I decided, well, why worry about dealing with evades when you can just totally power control them. So I decided to go with Vision. You can see I'm fighting here, and so before she gets her first special, I use my SP2 and drain her. So that's the first special I've thrown. There's the second. I'm just going to keep track of specials because I wanted the recoil damage. And the great thing about Vision is, of course, he's totally a power control champion, and right at the very start. And so he can absolutely limit champions' defender's power. So that's my third special there. You can see our health is pretty equal, 73 to 69. I've done 3 specials, so that's 15% because I am running suicides. And so that's definitely going to be the majority of my damage as the 4th special I've thrown. I'm also sort of curious, like if I fought her as a 4-star rank 5, if I'd have to take off suicides. And there's the 5th special attack right there. For the most part, he doesn't hit too hard because she has armor on, and so only his criticals do like appreciable damage, and his specials. There's the 6th one. You can see that one did about 5,600 health damage. That's pretty good. And there's a critical that did a fair bit. But regular hits hardly do any damage at all. But there's the 7th special. But overall, this fight, again, totally in control, and, Vision, I think, has lost a lot of his sort of luster. There's the 8th special, in that not many people use him anymore. His power control isn't really that viable as much as it was a year ago in this game, and there's other characters that just can sort of do what he does and better. There's the 9th special, and so he's just not yet used that much, but 10th special. In this fight, you can see he is absolutely perfect. He just is great for what you need him for. And so I think I'm about to kill her. Yep, with the 11th special. So it took 55% just in recoil damage, of course, because of suicide. So yeah, that's one thing about using him. It took 100 hits to kill her. So I go back again, and this time I'm using the other really obvious power control champion, and that is Magic. And so the only thing tricky about Magic is, you have to build up to SP2, and to do that, you usually put the enemy to a special 1 or special 2. So unlike Vision, which can start power controlling right away, you have to, you have to push them up beyond a special 1 at least in order to start your power control. So here, Storm's out of special 2. I know I have to dodge at least one of them, but I decided to play it like conservative. So I'm going to hold my block a lot and see if I can, be anti-bait, keep her from throwing it, and she does not throw her special 1. And then even though I push her up to her special 2, I still manage to get off my special 2. The problem is I'm trying to, again, hold my block so she won't throw hers, and then in the end I eat a heavy, which is not great, but I survive. And now I'm just going to work. Now it's sort of on cruise control of my SP2. I'm gaining power. The cool thing about Magic is she actually sort of is good with suicide. So watch, when I throw my SP2, I lose 5%. That's because of the recoil. But Limber helps me counteract that, so I get that health right back, plus a small little percentage for the mastery setup. So yeah, she was really quick. Again, her SP2 actually does a fair bit of damage, and it refreshes really quick because she drains power, so 60 hits, and Uncollected Storm is dead. And so now in my last fight, I decided to try with a 4-star rank 5 Magic. I was just curious whether a 4-star could pull it off. I think if she could, then it sort of opens it up to a lot of, players who aren't maybe as progressed as far in the game as I have. And so the only thing different about this strategy is I'm going to let her throw one of her SB1s. I can't afford to take that many block hits. They do a lot of damage to me. And so the strategy was sort of just like holding block and trying to wait till it throws a heavy. It's going to do too much damage. I tried it once and it didn't work. So there she threw her special 1, I managed to dodge it, and now I have my special 2, and the game is afoot. And so the rest of this fight is exactly that. I'm trying to, get my special 2 and just keep on spamming that and make sure she never gets enough power to throw a special. The nice thing is she does get power locked, which basically means I can really work on building up my specials without her gaining any power. And of course, you add to that all the power I gain. You see there, I almost gain a full bar of power from draining her with my special 2. So it's pretty close. 70% right now to 61%. So we're close on the health, and so of course I have to play this very carefully. I can't afford to get hit at all, because if I do, I think that will be absolutely enemy. And then again, you can see the recoil there, knocked me down to 51%, but my heal gave me a good bit extra life back. So yeah, she works really well. Suicides. Of course, she takes some damage from the bleed and continually takes damage from the poison, but it's not too much. But overall, she's one of the few characters who actually benefits from recoil. I've had people in my alliance actually run her with 3 points in recoil just to get the extra healing off the limbo, and to get the extra damage off the special. So it's a pretty cool setup. So it's getting close. He's actually a little bit ahead, 38% to 30%. I mean, every time I block a hit, even just parrying it, it does, there it did 3% damage. So it's she's a strong champion against a rank 4. I mean, her PI is almost 7 times what mine is. And so, yeah, it's a pretty lopsided matchup, but she's doing great. She is, Magic is keeping control of this fight, getting her down, doing pretty good damage off those SP2s as well. And yeah, it's going to be close, 15 to 13. I have a small advantage here. Was just trying to build up to my SP2, trying to play a little careful, make sure I only parry, not trying to take any block hits. On to my last SP2, and done. And so, yeah, even a rank 4 can take down Storm and Uncollected, which is really cool. So yeah, it was a pretty fun fight, and I was just glad to try it. It took just about double the hit, so it was 70 for the rank 5-star, and that one took me just a little bit over 140, so yeah, just around double. So hope you enjoy this video. I do want to show off my my Comic-Con t-shirt. I got this from the wheel over at Comic-Con this year, and I really like it. And a little extra promotion for Marvel Contest of Champions. Other than that, just felt like showing off a different way of fighting Storm Uncollected. And again, nothing new or too dramatic, but hopefully this is use or at least entertaining to you. So this is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki. See you next video. Bye-bye.